Many people look at I Spy Spooky Mansion for the Wii and immediately call it shovelware. I think the term shovelware is thrown around way too much though for the Wii. Many of the games on the console are dismissed as shovelware, but this game is a good example why you should look a little bit deeper into that. I'm not sure why I Spy Spooky Mansion left such a big impression on me, but it did. Maybe it's because of a lot of personal things that were going on in my life at the time, or maybe it's because I finished it on the very last day of February. I always get sad at the end of that month because I feel like it's the end of the dark and cold weather. I really love that kind of weather, and I'm not a very big fan of the hot and sunny days that last all day long. I'm just not a big fan of summer. Irregardless, I was still really fascinated by this game. I love spooky and horror style stuff, and I hadn't really paid attention to the I Spy series since I was a kid. I always really enjoyed looking at the books, so the idea of a Wii game is pretty interesting to me, especially because with the Wii you have motion controls and the Wii remote instead of having a controller. It just feels much more intuitive that way for a game that's point and click style like this. When you start the game, you're greeted by a small skeleton character who traps you in the house and tells you that you must solve riddles to escape the mansion. From there, you'll do minigames like spinning plates, using a flashlight to look in a closet, and your usual I Spy stuff like looking for hidden objects. You have to find objects in many different rooms, from a greenhouse to an attic to a mystery lab behind a bookcase. There's all kinds of different areas to explore. It's all very well thought out and requires a decent bit of investigation. But don't forget though, you can actually move your camera around using the D-pad. I didn't realize that at first. After you clear your first set of riddles, you'll find you have to get ingredients for a shrinking soup so you can escape through a mouse hole. But that's not all. You also have to repair a ghost machine before you're allowed to leave. You do get to explore more rooms in the mansion, like the attic, multiple bedrooms, and a greenhouse, as well as a secret lab. But it's disappointing to you basically do all the same rooms and puzzles all over again, a whole 3 times before the game's over. I understand that this is likely a budget game, but I really wish they didn't reuse the same rooms for a whole 3 phases lasting an hour each. They really could have added more rooms, like a basement, a secret passage to a graveyard, or a hidden tower in a forest, anything to make the game less redundant overall. With all that being said, it's a short game only lasting around 3 hours, but I really enjoyed my time with it and I won't be forgetting it anytime soon. It's not exactly graphically impressive for the Wii, but it's got some decent sound effects and some of the music is charming, so at least has that. This was made by Gusto Games, who also made Goosebumps Horrorline for the Wii and DS, as well as the PS2. That's a game that had some really fantastic music, so clearly the team had some talent behind it. I'll be eventually looking at that game as well. Anyways, I Spy Spooky Mansion is a Wii game that many people would label as crappy or more generic Wii shovelware, but I think it's a great example of why I'm willing to pop in almost any game and try it out. It's a game that probably flies under many people's radar, but you really shouldn't overlook.